I think there's a pressure when you come out of high school to get into a career path and therefore go straight into university. And I think for a lot of people it doesn't work that way. Just allowing all that time that you've spent at school, which is from the age of 5 to where you are, to settle like dust and think about what you want to do.
You've got to be patient in first year, that you are working your way towards something, and that if you rush at it, then you'll arrive there without all the bits that you need. So you give it time, take your time, and also have an open mind that, you know, you might have come here to do animation, and by the end of this first year you might end up being a painter, or you might end up doing sound or something, because you came here with a purpose, and we respect that, but allow us to show you a number of different things that may also be of interest to you.
The fundamental thing is to kind of be prepared to kill your darlings, is the old adage, you know. So even though you think that you really want to do a particular thing, be prepared, be open enough to, in a sense, almost start again, and just be thankful that you're there, and not be closed to the idea of completely turning upside down what you thought it was about being an artist.
I've always seen COFA as a really exciting place where, on the one hand, there's an incredible amount of people doing really good work on large scales, and different work across you know, art, design and media. On the other hand, there's this culture of very intelligent, thoughtful research and intellectual practice around those things and their relation to each other. So I think COFA is a really exciting place for that reason. There's this very organic integration of theory and practice.
We've got a really good facilities here, you know, to really support research or support students' practice, and also we've got a staff, you know, staff from different cultures, different background, to really, you know, stimulate, you know, to inspire students. Whatever student wants to do is supported. They don't just teach you what you should do, actually they give you a point where you can stand on, this is something you can do, but you really need to fly, you know, on your own.
I've made a lot of really good friends from being at COFA, and making that connection with people that have a different skill set.
At the moment, what I appreciate most is that you will always find that there are lecturers and teachers who will go the extra mile to make sure that you're doing what you should be doing, and also that the opportunities that should be made available to you are made available to you and communicated to you.
I think that the way to get the most out of your classes is to talk. It seems really simple, but it's so important. As soon as you go to formulate those ideas in speech to another person, it forces you to do a huge amount of thinking, and often it can be the moment where you have a really important idea or a really consolidating idea.
The more you can draw, the more you can think, but particularly draw, because thinking is one thing, but you can't communicate thinking unless you've been drawing it. And you bring that into the studio, and then you are confronting, if you like, the challenge, and sharing that challenge with your instructors to get that kind of feedback. That's the way to get the most out of it, to be really well prepared.
Not treat the classroom as if it were a high school classroom. A lot of the times in high school classrooms, it's all about the teacher telling you what to do. If you go into a classroom having that mindset, it's really not going to, I really don't think it will work at a university level. I think the best way to approach it is to enter a classroom as if you were entering more of a design studio than an actual classroom. And then the reason I say that is because, to me, tutors are great because you can bounce ideas off someone that has like many more years of experience than you. So interact with them as if they were your creative director as opposed to your teacher.
That's a bit of advice actually, is to keep a really good archive of all of the work that you've done. Have some interests on the side so that you're always sort of like maturing those interests, so they get like more and more in depth, your interest in something, and you can use that as inspiration for your project.
Immerse yourself in the design world as soon as possible. I find that the more I read about the design world and the more I experienced the design world, the more I actually interacted with this whole new world, and it really is a whole world in itself. It just shows you what the possibilities are in terms of design. You know, a lot of times I wouldn't have thought of the ideas that I did if I didn't read something or go to an exhibition or do anything like that. So definitely it's all about immersing yourself.
A lot of time they give you like resources and links and stuff, follow them and then just keep following them.
To me, I think the biggest piece of advice is actually try to get a job in the industry as soon as possible, because it is manageable and it is doable. To me, that's the biggest thing that's actually helped me out at COFA, is actually having a job in the industry on the side as well. It gives me a lot of real world experience. COFA is really great in terms of helping us to find concepts and develop our concepts and think critically about our concepts. But in the first couple of years, it's harder to actually find how it's relevant to the industry. Having a part-time job or having a full-time job even in the industry during the first couple of years really allows you to see how all that concept creation actually is relevant to the industry and how you actually apply it to the industry.
I think it's really important to do as many different classes as you can and to use the opportunities that you have to learn things while you're here. Apply for everything. COFA has grants and exhibition spaces, and even if you think your work isn't ready to be exhibited, apply for the grants and apply for the exhibition spaces. Even if you don't get them, it doesn't matter. You don't have to apply for them in order to get them, just for the experience of building a body of work and the opportunities that getting grants can give you.